So guys, this is pretty cool. I decided to pop on down to one of my favorite spots here, just north of town. It's called Otter Point State Park. But as you enter the trail to go down to Otter Point State Park, there is another trail called the Oregon Coast Trail. And this is pretty awesome. This trail actually runs 400 and I think it's 25 miles up and down the Oregon coast. So during the summertime, you'll encounter lots of people that hike the entire 425 miles, and most of it is right on the coastline. There's a couple of spots where you have to actually go up to US 101 and cross bridges and so forth, but a good portion of it is right directly on the beach. And Lisa and I have talked about hiking portions of it. We've actually hiked probably 8 or 9 miles of it, and it's pretty awesome. Around every turn, there's a whole different vista, so pretty cool. Anyway, today I'm going to check out one of my favorite spots, Otter Point. Guys, I'm telling you, I can't get enough of this spot. One of my favorite places along the Oregon coast, and it's only about 5 minutes north of our house. So pretty awesome. Today is a beautiful day. It's not that windy. Uh, Ordinarily, I might do a half an hour, 45-minute meditation out here, but because it's so nice, there's a number of people walking around, and I prefer it to be a little less busy in that regard when it comes to my meditation. Anyway, enjoying the day. So I haven't spent much time out here at the homestead property. You know, the property's on the market. So the only thing I've really been doing is maintaining the landscape, keep it nice and crisp. But today I needed to come out and pick up the weed eater. Lisa's folks, who I've mentioned before, live in town, and I maintain their front yard for them. It's very steep. So I'm going to head over there tomorrow, get that done. And then also I wanted to pick up some wood while I was out here today. Lisa wants me to build a small garden bench and shelves and so forth that she can keep her gardening implements on back at the house in town. So going to see what I've got in the wood shop and collect some of that stuff. So guys, I'm not sure, this wood that I brought back from the homestead property, it's all cedar, which is what I want to use because I'm going to build this project outside, but it's pretty hodgepodgey and I'm not sure that I've got the right stuff here to build what she wants. She kind of wants, a fairly narrow gardening bench that's got shelves on the bottom and then sort of a small work surface and then shelves on top of that she can store her gardening implements and, pots and soil bags and so forth in. But I don't have a lot of room up on the patio. There's really, I think, only one place that I can put this. So let's go have a look. Yeah, so this is really the only place to put this bench. We've got windows along, the whole side of this house. So the only spot is really right here if I want to put it up against the house. And I'm looking at these 4x4s that I've got in the shop. They're cedar, and they might be okay to make the legs for the base if I can build up build the counter to about this level. That might work out okay. And then I can put shelves underneath and then build sort of a backing with some shelves here as well. Otherwise, I've got to do a freestanding bench, which I suppose I could do over here. Yeah, so this would be the other spot, which actually this might work out even better. This is a corner that we don't really use. We love this tree, but this tree drops sap. So there's sap on the deck surface here. But this would allow me to build her a wider bench for sure. And maybe what I could do is put a metal roof over this workstation anyway, similar to what I did with the bench in the orchard out at the homestead property. That way, if anything did fall onto the roof, it would fall off the back and not be an issue on the actual workbench. But like I said, this would give her a much wider bench and more utility. Again, we don't use this area, again, because of the sap, so this might be a good spot. I've got to get Lisa down here and see what she thinks. Yeah, so, I've got the 4x4s here, probably enough to do the legs and a little bit of structure down below, but I don't really have, the right pieces or enough of the right pieces to do the tabletop. This is what I used for the tabletop for the two gardening tables out at the homestead property. It's cedar. It's cedar. But I don't know if I can get any more of that, and that's not going to be enough, like I said. So to build this, I'm going to have to go to the lumber store, unfortunately, and buy more wood. Plus, Lisa's going to want to put a little more specific detail into the design before I actually get started building it. So the build on that bench is coming up in a future video. You guys saw the boats at the mouth of the river there at the beginning of the video. It's salmon season, so people come from all over to fish the Rogue River for salmon. And right at the mouth where the river meets the Pacific Ocean, that's where they're slaying them. Although it's been a little bit of a slow start this year, the water temperature is a little warmer than it should be, and that impacts the bite. But regardless, there's plenty of fishermen out there, and they are catching them. So I'm considering setting up the salmon pool here and getting out there and maybe trying to rip a little salmon lip. I have to get in the boat to do that. There's a couple of places you can actually fish off the bank. I did that last year. And I might try that first. That's fishing with spinners. In the boat, you're actually trolling using sardines. So anyhow, Maybe a salmon video coming up. And of course, let's not forget gold panning. 'Tis the season. Beautiful weather. Love to be out in the streams and the rivers this time of the year. Lisa and I have not gone out to pan for gold yet. The good news is my folks are coming out again this summer from Florida to visit with us in September, and my dad is an expert gold panner. So he loves panning for gold, and we'll definitely do that when they come out. But hopefully Lisa and I will get out there ahead of that visit and scout out some of the color.